Welcome back. The Nifty future closed on Friday at 10,235, which is just about 9-point discount compared to the spot. And the SGX Nifty this morning is indicating that we will have a start at 10,213. So that's about a 20-point sort of downtake at start, which is practically nothing after the kind of run that we have seen. Over the weekend it was more, but today, because Asian markets have recovered and Dow futures are up, the SGX Nifty also is up quite a bit. Ashwani Gujral, Sudarshan Sukhani and Mitessh Thakkar now join us. Gentlemen, good morning. Ashwani, if we start with about a 10-20 point downtake, what's the call? Your positional call has been to buy the calls and keep them, but from a day trade point of view, what would be the approach?
See, I would have been happier. First of all, good morning. If you had a 80-point gap down, 10-20 points don't really help you in terms of intraday trading, but for the compulsive trader you should buy it. But the larger issue is that we are in all markets probably now setting up for a FOMO rally, and that FOMO rally often will be so sharp that it will leave all the bears behind, and the market will have a fairly strong run up. By the end of this week, we should be higher than recent highs of about 10,330 thereabouts. Because each time we come off, we are not basically breaking any sort of lows. And clear chart formations show that the sellers are exhausted. And just a little bit of buying will, take the prices up. And that way, mid-cap 3:1 sort of rally, market bread, that only pushes your case that the market is coming out of some sort of a rut, and particularly on the financials, bank nifty, etc., more short covering should be on the way once people realize maybe situation isn't as bad as expected. So that way, for the day, for the next few weeks particularly, you should try to be on the long side.
Okay, try to be on the long side. FOMO, of course, Ashwani is referring to is what is called as fear of missing out. The markets had a big rally, and a lot of people have perhaps sat on the sidelines. Sudarshan, good morning. Your thought process, long or short, what would be the call on the index now?
Good morning. See, we had two different breakouts on the Nifty. First, a smaller breakout at 10,055, and then on Friday at 10,175. Both the breakouts give us higher targets for the index. Let's take the larger target, which is about 10,800. Now, targets are just numbers, but we are looking towards that. So that's how we want to trade. So there are two opportunities. For the positional trader, and you should be having some positional trades, you simply buy call options for July, not for June, and wait for that expected move towards 10,800. That's one trade for today. The day trader cannot buy a breakout because we've had two different breakouts on Thursday and Friday. It's too much to expect a third one today. So you have to wait patiently for a dip between 10,100 and 10,150. That's the zone, that's the sweet spot. That requires about 70-80 points of decline. If that happens, that's a day trading opportunity, go long there. So buy call options, and for the day traders, look for a dip. If it doesn't come, don't trade today.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot for that. That's some caution on the table. Ashwini, congratulations. I mean, FOMO, I learned that only just a little while back from my son. You're up there when it comes to these abbreviations. Okay, Mitessh, your index strategies.
Good morning. So, we've talked about targets of around 10,330, 350 as the primary level, which is where we had made a high few days back. I think a retest is what I've been looking for, and a breakout above that. So I think maintain long bias. There's nothing to worry about. I think the last 2 days rally will see maybe a couple of hours of pullback or consolidation, but overall I will maintain targets of 10,330, 350, which is where I would suggest people to take profits. Till then, I think just trail your stop loss to levels below 10,050 and hold your long positions. And similarly on the bank nifty, 21,600 is the first level to watch out for, but there is a chance of us breaking above that, and then we can look at 22,000 plus kind of a target.
Okay, fair enough. Let's do one thing. Let's talk about individual stocks then. Ashwani, you've given us your index calls. Since you're long on the market, I'm assuming you'll have more buy calls, but take us through the list.
See, I go whole hog. I don't like to, mix and match. But what I have added today are a couple of interesting mid caps because the quality mid caps are showing fairly strong action. So let's start with them. SBI Cards, that is a buy with a stop of 610, target of 635. Godrej Property is a buy with a stop of 885, target of 925. ICICI Bank is a buy with a stop of 358, target of 374. BPCL is a buy with a stop of 375, target of 392. And Bajaj Finance is a buy with a stop of 2660, target of 2800.
Okay, that's Ashwani's calls. So, Mitessh, good morning. What's on your list today?
Yeah, I have 4 buy calls as well. Buy on Bosch with a stop at 10,800 for targets of 11,900. DLF has had a good price and volume breakout on Friday, so buy that with a stop at 158, look for targets of 170. Also a buy on Equitas with a stop below 51 for targets of 56. And finally L&T Finance on a mild decline by a rupee or so. I think try to buy it around 66.5, keep a stop below 64 for targets of around 72.
Okay, and Sudarshan is also giving us some ideas. Sudarshan, hi, morning. You've hedged yourself both ways. 2 buys and 2 sell calls today.
Yes, good morning. That's because today could be a choppy day after 2 back-to-back big gains. So there are short selling opportunities and they are always intraday, so they don't disturb my long bias. I have IGL as a short sell. The stock has already weakened. And NIT Tech is another short sell. If you see the NIT Tech charts, it's giving the sense of a large distribution and looking for much lower levels. And there are, say, news reasons why it could be doing that. So there are 2 intraday shorts, and the buying is there, which is also intraday and positional. Adani Ports is on the verge of breaking out from a nice long trading range. That's a buying opportunity for the day and for a few days. And Britannia is a buy. Britannia is having the same chart, an imminent breakout on the upside. So look for position trades in the long side and for intraday trades on the short side.
Okay, positional trades on the long side, intraday on the short side. Vinod Sharma is also joining in, head of business private client group at HDFC Securities, to give us some ideas. Vinod, hi, good morning. Tell us your stance on the index today and what are the stocks you would be looking at?
Yeah, good morning, Sonia, Anuj and Lata. I think I'm totally positive on the markets. You would recall that in March I had said the market is in a Shamshan Vairagya, and everybody has not been able to buy. And at higher levels, people are still considering whether the results will be bad or good or what. So I think there is no confidence. I feel that the highest 2,244 Nifty is the highest close in 3 months. It augurs well, and with the Reliance leading the pack and with Nasdaq all-time high, I think we are no more in the bear market. I think we need to take cognizance of this. So I have a Century Textiles I'm buying because of the uptick of the property stocks. I'm buying the 320 call at 13 rupees, stop loss at 9, target of 20. Glenmark, I'm buying the 410 call at 12.75, target of stop loss at 10, target of around 25. And ICICI Bank and RBL Bank are my 2 banks. I believe there is more to be had, although OIs in both these banks have been reduced, but these have gone up. So probably profits have been booked, but I feel there is still a more upway in these stocks. So I'll look at buying the 365 call in ICICI Bank at 9 rupees, stop loss at 6, target of 15. And I'll buy the RBL Bank at 170 call, stop at around 7 rupees, stop loss at 5.5 and target of around 11.
Okay. Thank you very much, Vinod, for giving us those trading strategies. Have a good trading day and a good trading week ahead. Okay, the markets are starting with a bang. All right, that lasted only for a second. It's actually trying to find its feet. It's swinging rather wildly at this point in time. Pointless trying to give you any indication of where things are headed. Now there's red and there's green. It's about 0.75 up, but I don't know whether I should even read any of the rates because it's swinging so wildly. Tech stocks are a little bit under the weather, not a whole lot at all. Let's see if Glenmark, you have a rate on Glenmark and whether that's a little more steady than